They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. How about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards, the pickup, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire the ball.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a deeply a heck of a lot more.
Fielded in the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It's a gain of 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Carr. The connection here with Nelson Agholor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nelson Agholor.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 45-yard
Carr
line.
with a play fake to Jacobs. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Derek Carr.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A.J. Cole in
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
31-yard
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, it took them an extra day, but they are officially now 4-0. They got the win over New England on Monday night at Arrowhead. And the Chiefs, the streak continues, now winners of 13 straight going back to last year, obviously including the Super Bowl run. And they'll try to keep it going week 5 against the Raiders in Kansas City before a big test on the road week 6 at Buffalo.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
44, Mike, 44. Go!
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
Number 20.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes.
Quickly to Kelsey.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the...
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and...
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He is going to find Hill here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
41.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep.
And he stopped immediately there.
Henry Ruggs the ball.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On the play. Brings up 3rd.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. This kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
It's a gain of a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He'll find his running back here, Richard. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Into Las Vegas. First down.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to Richard, the running back. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Raiders.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 36, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it, and he's going to get this line.
Intercepted by the Raiders.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. It's a screen to Richard. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're old.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 66 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete to Hunter Renfrow.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. This complete left side to Aguilar. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Carr to throw again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Carr again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll go as a long.
got what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Brings up second.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Again, it's Carr. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Complete to
Jalen Richard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders get a score closer. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might have...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack. 40, 15, 44. Watch the curve.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's the end.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
CD, I want to sneak in a little NFC East talk here. I don't know what to make of this division. Through 4 weeks, they are a combined 3-12-1. The Eagles will actually be the division champs right now. Dallas 1-3. The Giants certainly not out of it, even though, CD, they're 0-4 right now.
Yeah, this is unbelievable when you think about it. If we were talking soccer, we'd be talking relegation, wouldn't we? Right? Would this division even exist next year? But there is potential there. The Eagles came alive with a big win on Sunday Night Football, beating San Francisco in San Francisco. Washington, they're trying to hang in there. Dwayne Haskins has to play better. Dallas should be the team. They've got to fix their defense. And the Giants, they may be 0-4. They're going to fight hard, but I don't think they're contenders in this division.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And a Las Vegas first down.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And it's caught. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play. but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Card out to throw. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Chiefs 21.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 43.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And with that, let's look ahead to Week 5, Charles. Some of the big games coming up as we over. Starts with a good one Thursday night. 3-1 Bucks, the 3-1 Chicago Bears. That's Brady versus Foles. I'm sure we'll hear plenty about that. And then Indianapolis at Cleveland. One of those teams, Charles, is going to be 4-1. What else do you have on the docket?
Yeah, well, don't forget Minnesota. They're coming up their first win. They go to Seattle, who's 4-0, and that's a Sunday nighter. And then the Chargers at New Orleans on Monday night. I think Justin Herbert having to face Tom Brady and Drew Brees in back-to-back weeks, not something you would dial up. But this kid seems up to the task. He's played well despite the fact the Chargers have struggled with their record.
City Chiefs.
On 1st down, Mahomes looking for Kelsey on the deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 52 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Gone after the sack. He's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Carr going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, 88 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And this one's back to an 8-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check.
There he goes right side. And he takes this into the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Las Vegas.
On first down, Richard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
And Richard, the ball.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down.
Shotgun now for Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 9 yards.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he puts it through. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work.
42.
One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Carr's
Brought
pass.
75 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer.
Raiders will line
So now
up.
Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. I don't think you can get any more efficient. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
No good. That keeps
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
at their own 25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Clyde Edwards.
And he slips up Peckle. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And the Raiders have got him.
The second-year man, Max Crosby, the one who brought him down.
Big loss.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He was trying to get that to Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield.
And it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Check 24. Check 24. Go for the money.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 47 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one. Good for 15 in the first.
For a Kansas
Man, defensively, that hurt of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
He was brought
The
down.
last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Edwards-Helaire.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
7 yards the pick up there.
I know it's a little bit of a cliche to talk about all the tight ends who are really wide receivers in the NFL, but Travis Kelce fits that perfectly. He led all tight ends last season.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job to...
And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow now. But could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Quickly to Kelce.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard.
Check, check. Go. 15, 15.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 35 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Jalen Richard now on the return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 34. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Kill, kill, kill.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
8 yards.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the press. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here comes Richard on the return. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.